You guys, today I have a secret to share with you, and I hope my secret is safe or will be safe with you. Okay, hold my hands as I look into your eyes. And if you're listening on Spotify, move the phone a bit closer to your ears as I tell you that I have been living in fear. Yeah, I have been living in fear and I've been thinking a lot. And on this episode, I want to share and talk about some of the fears I have been living with. So last week, I tried to start taking like walks because I noticed that I work remotely, so I don't have any reason to step out of the house except I want to get stuff, so just throw out the trash. Hence, I find myself like being in a particular position for a long period of time. I can move from sitting to lying down, then taking food in the kitchen, and that's all I do. Just move from here to the bed and to the kitchen. And I just feel like this is not a healthy way of living. And if you've been following or listening to like the podcast, you already know that this host, Bukola, has like a very serious back pain she lives with. And I was talking to my parents about it as well. And the advice I take more walks and just move around and even stand while walking instead of just sitting down because I feel like that's the collateral easy effect or damage of working remotely. You get to work from the comfort of your home and you get to pay with the cost of your health that could come from like you staring at the laptop screen for an extended period of time or sitting down for a very long period of time. Hence, I decided to start taking walks daily. I started last week. I took a walk on Monday for an hour. I took a walk on Tuesday as well. Wednesday, I didn't go out. Then, because I was editing the podcast that I was supposed to like drop or release on Thursday. And talking about that, I feel like my work ethics need to be reviewed. I need to like review some things. Why on earth am I editing a podcast the nights before I upload it? That's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. I think I need to change it. Like I said, I've been thinking a lot about my life because I'm like, things cannot continue like this. I need to make major changes to get major results. I think that's an area, an aspect of my life I need to review. I'll be tracing this down. I'm reviewing how I could just do things more on time. Because as I was saying, so I didn't take a walk on Wednesday. And I noticed that on Wednesday, I took only 117 steps. While on one day, I took like over 5K steps. Tuesday, over 5K steps. Thursday, same. Friday, I went out, so I didn't bother to take a walk. On Tuesday, I was taking my walk. I was thinking, because that's what I do when I take walks. I, either I spend the time on the call or I just spend the time just thinking about my life while I'm listening to music. So on Tuesday, I was just thinking about different things, thinking about where I'm at as a person, thinking about where I want to be and just reviewing my process. And something came to my mind, a particular word. It's an acronym. So the acronym is FOMI. You guys, you know that there's FOMO, yeah. So it's FOMI, sorry. You know there's FOMO, which is like the fear of missing out. So from FOMO, I came up with FOMI, which is the fear of making it. You may ask me, who is afraid to make it? I feel like many of us actually suffer from this, and you do not know that we suffer from it. The fear of making it. So the fear of making it is basically you being too lazy to do the things you need to do to get the results you need to get. Not being lazy per se. It could be you being lazy to do them. It could be you not even knowing how to go about it and not making efforts to do more or not making efforts to learn because you're just comfortable where you are. Yes, you want to be successful. You're aiming for the stars. You want to get great results. You want more from life. But at the same time, you're just so scared of what that might bring. You're so scared of what that could mean for you. You're so scared of even being noticed that you wish these things, you dream of these things, you want, but you don't make any move to get it. And there and then I said to myself, "But I think maybe this is something I'm also facing, it's something I'm also like battling with." I mentioned on the last episode how I started getting views on my review that I posted last week. And I started getting scared with the review. Like when I started seeing like the views and people following their accounts, like their the review from the review. I was like, why are they following us? Like, why are they following me? What do they want to see? I don't think I have anything I want to say to you guys. And because of this, I kind of run away from things like couches, the rate baiting. In fact, clickbaiting. Like I run away from this space because I just want people to see me and find me and know me for who I am. But the world doesn't necessarily work like that. So yeah, that's is just I don't even know if I was ranting, but that's just one of the fears that I have been that's just one of the fears that I currently live with, that I'm currently confronting. And on this episode, I'm talking about many more of them like that. Yeah. And you notice that I'm kind of like talking in a very slow paced tone. And that's because I've been saying that's because it's because I listened to my previous episodes of the board and I noticed that I normally talk like I have what yams in my mouth. And I feel like that's not good for the listening experience. You guys let me know if you prefer me talking like this or you'd rather I talk like Bukky. This is just a way of improving myself. As well. You know, I said it earlier. I said it earlier. I'm thinking of ways to improve myself on my process. So talking slowly, picking my words carefully. I mean, to save me more time, I wouldn't spend so much time editing and cutting out things that I said that I shouldn't say because now I'm picking my words carefully. Let me know if you prefer me talking this way when you need me to, you know, press the acceleration button and just move faster. Let me know in the comment section. This is the Becoming You Pod, where we talk about the complexities of adulting. I am your host, Bukky. Let's get to today's conversation already. Adulting is all about having audacity here and facing some of your greatest fears. Really, as an adult, I think you constantly have to face the unknown. So yeah, adulting is facing your fear of the unknown that can show up in different ways. And on this episode, I'm talking about the ones I face. Yeah. Before I get into today's conversation, how am I? How have I been? Okay, so I've been fine. I'm good. Today's a Monday. I'm recording on a Monday morning. This is not the first time this is happening because normally I don't like doing extracurricular things. And my podcast is extracurricular. I don't like doing other things aside from work, like on a Monday morning. I just feel like I'm supposed to have like a very long sleep, breakfast, and just start working and not really necessarily record first before starting my day because it's a lot of like, mental work to do this. But I tried recording yesterday and my phone started overheating. You won't believe it. Like my phone just, I couldn't press anything on my phone. It just said temperature too high. You can't do anything. Just hold on. And I was so pissed. I was so pissed because I was in the mood to record. I wanted to edit yesterday. I wanted to just finish everything that has to do with the podcast on Sunday. So during the week, I can focus on other things and other aspects of life. But yeah, here we are again. Here we are again. It feels like this the platform I record on, it's this whole process of recording remotely. There's just always one thing or another. And the day I finally figure it out, I feel like as a podcast, as a community, as a group of adults trying to understand themselves, we should give testimony in church that yes, finally, we're listening to this podcast without an excuse from Bukky on why something didn't go right or on why she had to change her schedule. Yeah, what happened? So yeah, that happened over the weekend. So it kind of just pissed me off. And I had a relatively slow Sunday because after the whole flop happened, I had to guarantee I was thinking about my I've been thinking a lot. So I had to go and sleep and Saturday was just there, half stress, just chill. The week before was work, 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 work. And what else happened? Oh, yeah, Saturday, something good happened. So my mom turned 50 this month of October. And I really wanted her to do a shoot. I don't think I've ever seen her on the full glam, like on a full makeup ever since. I've known her as my mother. That is literally ever since I was born. And I think I've ever seen her on this full glam makeup because she's a really church person, a church mommy, and she likes doing things in moderation. She doesn't use big hair, so she doesn't even do extra stuff. So she uses makeup. So she's not like someone that doesn't use stuff. She does them. She uses makeup. She does her brows. But you know that one sharp pencil brow. That's what she does. And I was just really keen on what, like, I really wanted her to do a photo shoot, and She did it on Saturday, and I was so happy. I was so content seeing how she was happy with her looks, and the pictures she had taken. I saw some of the pictures when I did that, and I was so happy. So I think that kind of made my Saturday. Yes, I had a bit of a stressful Saturday and an annoying weekend, but I think that's really just made my weekend. If I actually think about it very well, I was really just excited about it. It was so stressful for me coordinating things from here. I don't know why I felt it to coordinate, but I wanted to be so involved in the process. I wanted to know what they were doing. I wanted to know when they were leaving home. So I was just on a call for like I was on a call with them like from like 3 a.m. just trying to be in their business. So it just felt so cool. Maybe I just miss home and I want to be with them physically, but that's an aside. Um, that's an aside. So one of the fears that I have been facing is the fear of actually losing my job and being broke. Yeah, this is a very serious fear, and I feel like as an adult working for somebody, this is an inevitable fear. I don't think there's any of us that is still sure, that is still confident in their job or in their skills, and just feel like they can never ever lose their job. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I just feel like this is an inevitable fear, and all my life growing up, I've never had an entrepreneurship mindset. I've never seen myself as an entrepreneur. I've never started out thinking, okay, I've done one business, the business of selling eggs. I started in part one in university, and like that's my first year in the university. And the business that didn't go well. I packed up because the cost of eggs kept on like rising. Yeah, that was the time I tried to do a business. I spoke about doing businesses, like I've had conversations about starting out businesses, but I never got to start them. At some point, I wanted to partner with someone I know who is a very successful clothing brand right now to sell like some of his wares in my uni at the time. But I spoke to him about it. I made mental moves on it, but I never ever just it never materialized. Aside of that, I only start selling hairs to in my final year in the uni because I'm into weaves, as you can tell. Like I'm into weaves a lot. So I only start selling hairs, but that also did not materialize because it was just an idea and it stayed as an idea. What else did I try doing? Yeah, so I've tried doing stuff like that, but I've just seen that I'm not really a business person. And I've come to like I had made peace with that a long time ago. I just knew that I wanted to work in an organization. I wanted to just pull my weight, have impact, or, just contribute actively to the growth of the organization. But guys, recently I've been having everything. I've been thinking about things like, is this how it's going to go on forever? Would I have to work for somebody for the rest of my life? Would I have to live with the fear of waking up, with the fear of just losing my job out of the blue for the rest of my life? So it's not like I'm not delivering at work. It's not like I'm not working hard, but I just kind of feel like it's filled with so much uncertainty. Like it feels like anything can happen at any time. The company can decide to downsize, and I'll be the one like on the receiving end. The company can pack up, and yeah, I would also be on the receiving end. Anything can happen, literally. And I'm already getting older. I mean, we're getting older, and I really don't want to, I don't want to have to work forever. I don't want to have to be a slave to capitalism forever. I don't want to have to feel like I am not worthy of resting because I do not have money. I'm just broke. I did not kill anybody. And I've been thinking, like, how do we cross from having to live salary to salary, having to plan your life from the wage you earn or the salary you earn monthly and just banking on a private person or an institution or a body organization to fund your life to having finances that can serve you for a period of time, even when the job goes out of the way. How do you transition? Yes, people say investments, yeah, but if you've been tracking or following the news of things happening in the financial space, you would know that there was a very like huge dip or down in the crypto space as of last week. And I was just thinking about this. What if I had saved up some money and put into crypto at that time just because I felt like I needed to like do something with my money? That is how I would have lost all my money. And then what? What would I do? So like I don't know if you're listening to this and you've been able to just figure things out to an extent. You're already like you've attained financial I don't want, it's not independent. It's just, I think financial, you have financial security to a large extent. Any tips on how you did this? How did you go about it? I feel like we're not too young to start thinking about retirement. We're not too young to start thinking about our old age. We're not too young to start thinking about the future, literally. And that is what I've been doing. I'm just so scared. I'm like, I can't, things cannot continue like this. It can be from one. You can't just be at the mercy of somebody for the rest of your life. Like, you can't just be at the mercy of the company and the mercy of an organization for the rest of your life. And yes, I know I said it's that maybe I don't have this entrepreneurial spirit, entrepreneurship mindset. I am ready to build it. I am ready to ignite that fire. I'm ready to move into that space. I have ideas that I feel like could be great when properly executed. And I'm ready to do those things that I need to do. I'm ready to burn the midnight candle. Let me know, what are these things? How can we just how can we break free from this? Honestly, there's a need to break free. Things cannot continue like this. I repeat, things cannot continue like this. If you're like me and you are in 9 to 5 for like me, dealing with this fear, I think we need to create a WhatsApp group and come together to figure out what next, how we can just get our financial like liberation. Because trust me when I say there's nothing like financial independence. There is nothing like it. And having to move from that into being dependent on someone is not the best thing. So like guys, help the sister out. This is one of the numerous fears I am currently facing and confronting. I was talking to a friend about this over the weekend. I told her how I think I tend to work extra and I tend to do more at work because I'm just trying to put my best foot forward. I know that on my part I'm doing everything I should do and like just have that sense of security. And she was like, she know that there is never you can't really get that you can't really feel fully secured in a private firm, in a private like organization. That fear would always linger. I won't say because the fear exists, you need to overwork, you need to just not rest, not have a social life, not have fun, not believe, and just give yourself totally to the organization that will still let you go when they want to, if they want to. The organization that will move on if you have a breakdown. And she just advised that I take things slow and told me that anything that will happen will happen. Just leave a step at a time. Understand that and yeah, I think moving into this week, I'll still do everything I need to do, everything I have to do. But it's a need to make work time, make leisure time, make rest time, and just find a balance. I feel like we should make an episode. I'll be recording an episode on work life balance. Let me know if you'd like to talk to me about this because I feel like it doesn't exist. I feel like it doesn't exist. There's nothing like work life balance. We're just always working, always working. But let me know. That's a conversation I'm really willing to have. And I've done an episode in the past where I spoke about how to have a great work life balance. But I think then I've just been very ignorant. It was the ignorance that was speaking through me. Now, I don't think I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard. So back to the first fear I spoke about before we got into today's episode, which is like the fear of making it. I feel like there are so many reasons why I have this fear of making it. I tell my friends, I've spoken to my friends, different them, had different conversations with them about how I'm scared to just be out there. And I feel like this mindset kind of limits me because it makes me not do certain things I know I should do to just push the podcast out there. So I kind of just restrict myself and just feel like, okay, let me just be doing it slowly because I feel like I need to grow in a very slow and steady way. And that will help me just manage things better when we eventually grow because I really believe that we're going to grow as a community. So I just feel like getting there all of a sudden is going to be very shocking. And it's something that I might not be able to, sorry, it's something that I might not be able to manage when it happens out of the blue. So it needs to be a process because with the process comes growth. All the shalaye just because I'm not ready to be big. It is. I feel like why I have this fear of making it is because I'm so scared of people's opinion. And let's say I'm scared of cyberbullying. I have been, I don't know if I've been a victim of cyberbullying per se, but I've been dragged a couple of times online. And trust me when I say, the comments actually have an effect. Yeah. The drags, they have an effect. So it's not something that people like, it's not like people just see this comment and you just shrug it off. And I just imagine how people that get dragged every other day, I don't know how they survive through it. Because for me, it gets to me. I know everything, like for instance, now, the last one that happened, I've not fully recovered because now I have some things to say on some issues that happen with Twitter. But I'm like, maybe I don't really need to talk about these things. Maybe somebody else is going to say what I have to say because I don't want to put myself on the support. I don't want to be dragged again. So I just keep my opinion to myself. And I'm like, I can't because of the fear of what people were saying, not voice out to stop. And I started to sing back little by little. But the last time I was dragged, guys, well, on a Sunday, I had all the time in the world. Then I go to church on that Sunday. I don't know, I can't remember. Like, I started working online. Well, immediately after service, I was reading comments. I had over 1,000 comments, and I can say, I think I read everything. It was that bad. I was seeing the comments, and they were making me laugh. You know, people said things like, "Oh, she's not from a happy family. Maybe she does not even have a family. Or maybe no father figure. Or maybe she just clout chased them. Oh, some people even pull out my picture, but then Virgin thing is not a, it's not an ugly babe because they wanted to drag me by my looks as well. But and I was just reading the comments, and honestly, I knew that those comments were false and they did not translate and they did not hold water. And I was telling my friend, like, look at what one is saying, like, they don't even have them, they don't even know me. And most of the people that were dragging me, you know, faceless accounts or account of people that, I don't know, they're just not people that I should engage with. I was seeing those things, I was seeing the comments, I was seeing the accounts, but they did not hold water, but they still got to me. I just felt bad that those many people had an opinion about me, and those many people, like, they felt the need to just trash talk me. It just made me feel a kind of way like, why would you feel the need to do this to somebody else? I don't drag people online. Why would I? Why should I? What do I have to gain? So I just felt so bad that like these people don't know me from anywhere, but they find joy in doing what they're doing and just making me feel bad. So yeah, that got to me in a way. So I just feel like getting big or getting more visibility as a quad means I would say some things, I'll be more opinionated. And being more opinionated means I'm going to say some things that a lot of people would not agree with. Like, not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's fine. But I feel like I'll say some things that might be more controversial, people will not agree with, and they'll pile on me. And that is something I'm not ready for. Like, I'm not just ready for that back and forth. I'm not ready for the insults. I'm not ready for those type of things. And I feel like I might have to play it safe for a very, very long time because cyberbullying and me, I'm not friends at all. So yeah, so I feel like the fear of making mistakes from a lot of things. One, the fear of public opinion, which is inevitable, which I think I would have to just grow up and face at some point. And two is also like people having crazy expectations of me. And at the end of the day, yeah, this is becoming you when we talk about challenges of adulting. I see things like this. Sometimes I give tips here and there, but it all boils down to me just being a girl. Like, I'm just a girl. I'm living things like I said it the other time that we need to do an episode of work life balance. In the past, I have done an episode on how to balance your work life. And now living this in a different life, because it's not like I've not worked before. We're living it in a different life. I've seen that, oh, okay, maybe it's not as easy as I said it or as I explained it to be in the previous episode. And that just makes me understand that, like, we're growing as humans, we're moving, we're growing, and the opinions I had in the past are not necessarily the opinions that I have of things right now. I have grown, and hence I am scared of making it in quotes because I don't want people to place me in that position where they feel like I have become a god, God, like a small God, and I don't have the right to change. I don't have the right to grow. I don't have the right to evolve, and they just feel so entitled to me in my space and just feel like they can. I have to just live the way they want me to live. If you know me personally, or if you even listen to this podcast long enough, you know that something I am strongly against is people boxing me into a particular space. Is people feeling like they know me. I hate when someone even says that except my partner and my parents, my family members. But like someone just telling me, oh, I know you are not supposed to do this because this is not you. Excuse me. I'm still finding myself. I'm still discovering myself. I don't know me. The things I thought I wouldn't do last 2 years, last year, are things I currently do. The things like I was doing last 2 years, last year, I don't do them anymore. So you can't say you know me. I know the things I would do and the things I wouldn't do because I don't know myself. I'm finding myself. Maybe you should also focus on finding yourself. And I hear the fact that people believe that there's certain way I'm supposed to live my life, or there's certain things I'm supposed to talk on, speak on. There's certain things I'm supposed to do. No, no, that is it. I just believe like as humans, we are multifaceted. Like we have different personas, we have different traits, we have different interests that should be explored. And that's like a part of living. Living life is not following life in a very linear way and just doing things that people want you to do, how they want you to do it. Living life is being an Ashake, being a local today, and being on the blue pixie call tomorrow. It's being on that and also moving to the looks. That is it. You gotta change looks. And I'm not talking that's like just the surface of it. You have to change your looks. You have to change, you have to explore. Explore the things you think you should do. You can move from being a writer today to being an artist, like a drawing, a painting artist tomorrow. You can move to being a spoken word artist if you like. Explore. I was talking to my partner yesterday about how I believe that as humans, we're all artistic. We have it in us. We just need to explore it. And the capacity, also the extent to which we explore it now depends on how we're going to like execute it and how we're going to show it. So when I'm talking about we as humans being artistic, yeah, I'm not saying all of us are painters, or all of us are singers, all of us are like it just means like all of us are creatives in different capacity. Trust me, there's something in you that somebody is here to explore. There's something in you that is just different from what people have been seeing every day. You just need to like deep. You just need to you guys. It just needs to explore it. And this episode is just talk about my fears. I did not actually know that. I'll be giving you guys some tips here and there. But yeah, I just feel like we're all creatives, we're all artistic in nature by default. I mean, look at God Himself is an artist. He created us in His image. Look at us, beautifully and wonderfully made. And you're telling me you are not creative. Just look, have like this very introspective session with yourself and you find where your creative juice, where your creative juice lies. So yeah, that just summarizes why I just feel like I'm currently suffering from the fear of making it. Yeah, I just feel like I'm too scared of what people will say, what people will think of me not being able to live up to the expectations of people. And a lot of people have told me just fuck it and do the world will adjust. Do things you want to do, how you want to do it. The people that like you for who you are now will hang out. And if they can change and decide to move on, they can as well just take their Asake is just one of the examples. Look at that people that you tell you, my guys, the world will adjust. Why am I using artists? Maybe because I'm close to that space, honestly. Yeah, just do it. The world will adjust. Explore. Don't let them box you. That's what people are good at. It feels like I'm advising myself. Yeah, I think that I need to explore more. I need to be more daring. I need to be more vocal. I need to be more opinionated. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for that, Simon? So another fear I have been facing is the fear of never ever having a social life. I have had a social life in the past, but maybe what people consider social. By me, social is very subjective. But being with my friends and all. So like maybe not say the fear of never having a social life, but the fear of having lived the peak of my social life. And that was nothing. That was just me hanging out with my friends in uni. And I'm like, that cannot be the peak for me. There needs to be something more. There needs to be something more out there. Like I need to meet people and I really want to meet people. And I've started exploring the points that Stella Maris, I guess Stella Maris came when she came on the board, and she was like, yes, you want to go out, you want to do all these social activities, but you don't know, you don't have people organizing them for you. Organize one. Like I did a WhatsApp group, but I have decided to be best friends with procrastination, which is very, very bad because that friendship is not being good. It's not being favorable to both me and procrastination. And I created this WhatsApp group. I wanted to create a WhatsApp group for like yeah, and before Nigerians that are just that I know in Brazil or in Salvador in my city and see if we can have like a couple of hangouts and just mix with each other because I feel like we all face the same kind of problem. same kind of challenge of not really having a social life per se. I began this group. I have not even titled the group. I just the name of the group currently is pending or something like that. I've not had time to write the group's description. Hence, we've not invited like other people into the group, which is really bad. So I think I'll work on that. So yeah, I just have like a fear that I was telling I was saying my partner again, I'm sorry, but that's the person I kind of thought to everything. Oh, sorry. I was telling my partner that I feel like sometimes I'm more like MOBRN, a social life I never had. And sometimes maybe I have an idea of myself in my head that I am not when it comes to like being social. Because I know, I feel like there's a social part of me in there. But I have been faced with instances where the social part of me is supposed to jump out and it did not jump out. So I'm kind of revisiting that and just rethinking everything. Yeah, so I just feel like life is to be lived, like I said, is to be explored, like I said earlier, and it's also to be enjoyed. And how do you enjoy it? I have placing memories with people, and I just feel that I would just be living indoor. Like it's tiring. Like, I feel like last week was a bit depressing for me. Yesterday, Sunday was very depressing for me. I was just at home, failed recording session, then I slept it off, and yeah, that was just it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I'm like, no, I want to have friends over. I'm so scared of making new friends because I don't want to make friends with that are friends with me. And I'm not desperate to make friends. I just put it out there. I talk about it daily lots about saying that I'm not the most open-minded person you find out there. And I'm not as welcoming like that, sharp. So yeah, I want it. I will make efforts when I have like the opportunity to make efforts for another thing I'm very so like I'm not desperate for it because I'm so scared of meeting the wrong people. I'm so scared of having because it's better not to have friends than to have a problematic one. Have one that'll be in trouble with your life for. I've been blessed with having great people around me and I feel like I'm just lucky. So yeah, I'm just like I want to meet new people. And I think I've been trying to make effort on that. I'm trying to look for I looked for some communities on Twitter that are into the things that interest me. I joined them. And I'm really, really considering going back to the dance class. But I was advised to go for swimming classes instead. But let's see. I think the dance is just more fun, interactive, and more. Yeah, yeah. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, that's the best. I feel not having a social life or my social life not picking me on what yes. But beyond the level it got to while I was in uni, and that's bad. I'm still a girl, I'm still a baby girl to be enjoying life. I should be balling, not all these things that I'm doing right now. This next fear I want to talk about is one that is not as fun as the one we spoke about just now. And that is the fear of losing someone I love. That is another fear I've actually also been facing. I mean, I've lost two people that are close to me. One is my grandpa, the other is my uncle. And I feel like we're getting soon. I don't know. It's just something that crosses my mind every now and then, and it scares me because I don't know how I'll be able to just not getting emotional. But honestly, like, I don't know, can we all just be together forever, making memories, being happy? I don't want to have to lose anybody, but I mean anybody. When I say anybody, I actually mean anybody. Our parents, I don't mean to mean anybody. When I lost my grandpa, like, I feel like that was one person that was really close to me. He was my friend. I was really, really, really close to him. And it's so sad that now I can't even remember what he looks like. I have a screenshot of his picture in my gallery. And when I think of it, I just try to maybe see the picture to see what he looked like, to see how it was, because I was so fond of him. I still have in his room. He told me the stories. My yoga was did not enjoy this, and I used to know that they actually really missed out on something. He told me this like 4 hours. It was just a really kind person with me, was gentle with me. And day he died, I felt it because I didn't know the world is a spiritual place, like anything else. I feel like we're all know that because we don't like you always believe in something. It doesn't have to be like Christianity and Christian, but there are people that have like other faiths or religious belief or spiritual belief. So we can always believe in something as people, like us, yeah. Because I just think that happened that you cannot explain. So the day he died, I felt like this whole wood breeze hit on me. And it's like, oh, something actually had happened. But that came speaking from school during that holiday. And I asked about grandpa, like, oh, how's grandpa? He's like, oh, grandpa is fine. but he didn't say much about it. So we're just on the Bible. And I heard that's insulting. I woke up for the next in the car. I was like, Daddy, what happened? And we're trying to hide it from him because they know that I was really, really close to grandpa. But how long can they hide it for? It's a grandpa. They have to do like a massive burial. You know how we bury our loved ones, old elderly loved ones in Nigeria. It's always like a festival. It's like you've been waiting for them to come. So yeah, so he's a grandpa, so we did like this very befitting burial for him. And I cried, like I just felt like a part of me had left. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So I just have that fear. And I really don't want to have to like go through that. I don't want to just have to hold on to memories of people that I love. I want them to be around for a very long time. I want them to be around for a time. I want us to be around together. I just enjoy life together. Like I want my parents to grow very old and be there. I want them to be celebrating that 100 and something, like celebrating my 70. We just have it that way, you know. Oh, you guys can't jump from this episode that I hope you're even able to listen to the end. You're able to listen to the end because I feel like it's quite depressing, but that is what it is. That is how the spirit is taking me to be. And that fear I am facing right now and currently confronting is the fear of silence. Yeah, I don't know I'm saying a quiet place. Recording now in a quiet place, and I really can't wait to just stop recording and play something. I want to hear voices. I feel like I overthink, so my mind is never quiet. I might be in a quiet place, but my mind is never, ever, ever quiet. You can't tell. My mind is never, ever quiet. It's like there's something I'm thinking about. There's something I'm trying to dissect. There's a conversation I'm revisiting. There's a relationship I'm trying to explore. When I'm in a relationship like friendship, or why did this happen? Why did this go this way? So that there's just always something somewhere. And because I want to just not think about the things I think about, then I have to distract myself with voices, with music. Movies, I've not been watching movies to the end like that. So I've been watching my Hollywood. Even Hollywood is like your rap movies on YouTube. So yeah, even with those ones as well, I'm piped down. Like I've been watching travel vlogs. Yeah, I've been watching travel vlogs a lot because I feel like maybe it looks fun and I know they said it's not fun. Like, I mean, I've been to places where I've met like different people, and I know that that's in its own, it's a nice experience, and it opens your mind. It opens your mind, it opens your mind. And I feel like that's what do we call exposure is something I want. Like, I want my mind to be open. I want to have conversations with people that don't think like me, and I want to learn from there. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of travel vlog content and podcasts, of course. So yeah, I've been listening to stuff, but I really just noticed that I feel like I listen to podcasts a lot. I listen to music a lot because I'm so scared of silence. And maybe not I'm scared of silence. I'm scared of the voices in my head. I'm scared of my own thoughts. That is actually what it is. So it's not really like the silence is really doing something. I'm scared of my own mind. I'm scared of how my mind works. I'm scared of the things I think about. Not crazy things like that though. Not crazy things about that. But crazy things too. But yeah. And the last fear I'll be discussing on this episode is the fear of being growing old and being lonely. Yeah. And that's why I'm trying to build a community right now and trying to make more friends because I'm still young. You can't tell me I've made all the friends I can make in this world. No, I can't be stuck with my girls forever. Yes, I will be stuck with them, but like I need to make more friends. So yeah, I feel like that is something I'm scared of. I'm scared of just being old and lonely. I want to have a very happy family and yeah, I want to be old and have family around. I want to be old and have friends around. I don't want to get old and have my dreams just wither away as I grow old. So yeah, that's the last fear. And I feel like this episode has been so much, it has been a turn to the kind of way. Definitely in the comment section though. What fears, like did I answer some of your fears? Do we have similar fears? Or am I weird for having all these fears? Do you feel like I need to just stop thinking about these things and focus on the now and enjoy now and just have fun and not think about the future? I mean, of growing old. When I'm thinking of growing old, when I'm still young, let me maximize now. I know, but like, I don't know, I'm not crazy for having these thoughts, right? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I overthink? I know I overthink, but do you think it's excessive? Or am I just a normal person? That's why I'm having this episode. I want to know if I'm that's why I'm recording this episode. I want to know if I'm normal. Let me know also if I'm normal and if you have like similar fears or if I who did not discuss or address some of your fears. Know your fears in the comment section. I'm so interested. I want to know. And before we go, let's quickly discuss the Reddit problem and move on from there. Mm, the sixth person said, I found that the fear of the unknown was stopping me from taking action and making me unhappy about my current situation in life. I feel like a lot of people have a similar problem. I always considered myself a happy person, and I still do, but no one is happy 24/7. Of course, there are a lot of legitimate reasons to be unhappy. I have said it on this board before. I feel like as an adult, you have to be intentional about being happy. There are 1001 reasons to be unhappy and just the reason to be happy. The reason to be happy is like you're alive. You're alive and you have people around you that love you. You're alive, you're loved, you love your life. I think so. But like there are a lot of reasons not to be happy. There are a lot of reasons because they're like I feel like as humans we're insatiable. So there's always something that you don't have that you currently need. So being unhappy is kind of like the default if you ask me. You just need to intentionally work on yourself and make yourself a very happy person inside out because happiness, being happy, being joyful, being excited about your life makes it easier to be alive to be. And it's just the process to get there. Being unhappy is just very easy. Right now, if I want to just be moody, there are a lot of things I can just be sad about. A lot of things. But then, would I be that? Yeah. We have to be excited, guys. We have to be excited. And what did this person say? Of course, there are a lot of legitimate reasons to be unhappy. We all go through tough times in our lives. Misfortune, tragedy, mental health problems, etc. But I'm trying to focus here on things we are able to control that make us unhappy. Things that make us feel negative and stuck in life and are absolutely our own doing. A job we don't like, bad relationships, struggling to find our passion, lack of focus and motivation, stuffs like that. I found that the number one reason for my unhappiness in that context is fear. Mm. Fear makes us question and judge ourselves so much that it can easily result in a lack of happiness. Your reason why you're unhappy is going to be different than mine, but there's a big chance that they come from a similar place of insecurity. It's basically stopping us from trying to do things and advance in life. It's basically stopping us from trying to do things and advance in life, often feeling paralyzed and trapped in our current situation. And this person really, really said it well. Fear. Fear stops us from, fear robs us of our happiness. Fear, 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 fear. I've spoken about all these fears that I currently confront or I currently face or I'm currently living with. Just think about it, having to think about all these fears in 24 hours. How how will happiness be? Imagine just being happy about eating jollof rice and chicken or something. Then you remember that you can wake up on Monday and discover that your work email has been deleted. That's enough to make you moody. Or you realize that you can wake up on Monday and you don't have money to do certain it, or you can wake up on Monday and you don't feel like okay or feel comfortable where you're at, or just feel the urge to just like I don't know. There are just a lot of things we can be afraid of, and like this person said, maybe we just need to dead the fear. Maybe I love Kla. I just need to just dead some of these fears and not think too deep about these things. I mean, enjoy the moments. It's just hard, but maybe you just have to enjoy the moments because it will always work out. It is working out and it will always, always, always work out. So thank you for listening to the end of this episode if you were able to endure through. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to next YouTube channel. This is like the Becoming You podcast where we talk about the complexities of adulthood. It's nice to have you on, and it's nice to have you be a part of this amazing community. Drop a comment in the comment section what you think about today's topic and the way hey, Yoruba, and the way I spoke on today's episode. Should I keep it up? Or should I just go back into being like the default Bukky that just talks really fast and bye guys. Thank you.